Hello everyone. Today we'll discuss about a very important principle, that is Hardy-Weinberg's principle. See, this principle was independent work of Hardy, who was a mathematician, and Weinberg, who was a physician. Both independently did the work and came to the conclusion that gene frequency in a population sample can remain constant generation after generation if five factors are maintained, or five factors are like stable. Those five factors are mutation, migration, non-random mating, genetic drift, and selection. These factors we will discuss a bit later. So once again, coming back to Hardy-Weinberg's principle, according to this principle, gene frequency in a population sample can remain stable from one generation to next if these five factors remain constant. Now, how to come to that principle which they have discussed? We will use an equation. Let me tell you. P plus Q is equal to 1. Now, this 1 is like the whole population we are talking about. From where we got the equation, it's exactly what in maths we have read, a plus b square. A plus b square gives us p square, that is a square, plus 2pq, that is 2ab, and plus q square, that is b square. So now what are they? Basically, capital A is a dominant allele and small a is a recessive allele. So this dominant allele p square is showing homozygous dominant. Likewise, q square or a square is showing us homozygous recessive. And 2pq are like heterozygotes, heterozygous dominant. So this equilibrium is disturbed if those five factors are not constant. What are those five factors? Let us discuss. Five factors which disturb the Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium, that is p square plus 2pq plus q square is equal to 1, or in a population sample the gene frequency remains constant. Now the first factor, that is mutation. Second factor, migration. Third factor, non-random mating. Fourth factor, genetic drift. And the last one, selection. Now to begin with, the very first factor, that is mutation. As you know, mutation is change in the genetic material, which can change the phenotype and genotype of the individual. So no doubt it is very slow, but ultimately mutation brings changes. like due to mutagens, we say the changes come. These changes can disturb the gene frequency. So changes in the genetic material because of mutagens. Mutagens are like those factors which cause mutations. It can be even the UV rays from the sun, which can function as a mutagen. There are certain chemicals which are mutagens. X-rays, UV rays, gamma rays, etc. Migration, like immigration and immigration. People coming to our country, migration, and people from a certain place going to other countries, foreign countries, immigration. So both these lead to changes in the gene frequency, because when they will go outside or people will come inside, they will mingle with the population. There will be like gene flow, and this gene flow can bring changes in the gene frequency. Non-random mating, like mating between close relatives, is an example of non-random mating. This happens in certain caste, in certain beliefs, that there is mating between relatives. Genetic drift. This is like accidental elimination or accidental selection, which leads to change in the gene frequency. So this genetic drift can result into maybe wiping out of a particular allele from the population, or maybe selection of a particular allele in a population. So it may lead to either elimination or selection of a particular gene or allele. Selection. We all have heard about artificial selection, natural selection. As we have read from Charles Darwin's time, that natural selection is the order of the day. Nature selects those organisms who are better adapted for a particular environment. And due to natural selection, those individuals get reproductively advantageous position, and they reproduce more, and their population is like maintained. So an artificial selection where human beings are playing their role in bringing the change. All these factors lead to change in the genetic material. So if there is any change in that equilibrium, we are sure evolution is taking place. Evolution is happening. So this particular principle or equilibrium gives us the idea that evolution is continuously taking place, because all these factors will be definitely there in the environment. Mutation, migration, non-random mating, genetic drift, selection. Rather, nothing among them can be stopped. Further, I want you to think over this, that due to this COVID-19 situation, many human lives are lost. So can this loss of human lives, the population going down, can be considered as genetic drift, accidental disadvantage, maybe because of the immune system not functioning very well? So this is the question which is in my mind, which is like food for thought for all of you. We'll discuss this. Thank you.